Wall Street Bets. Wall Street Bets has been on the newspapers lately, on the big news, on Bloomberg, CNBC, everywhere you can hear it. And this Wall Street Bets have been here for quite some time, okay? And recently, they have come together, and formed their own hedge fund per se, the retail investor hedge fund, because they band together. And for once, in the history of the entire market, okay, the retail investors have the ability to have the momentum to shift a specific company, just like the hedge funds do. And it's really, really a significant turning point in history. And, I have actually did one of these videos before reacting to, one of these Reddit posts about stocks. And one of them is actually, I talked about spaq stocks. I will go into R specs and actually looking at, Reddit posts and looking at, what they're actually doing. And what's my main purpose in, reviewing all these specs and everything? Two reasons. One, for entertainment and the memes only, okay? Just for the entertainment and the memes, okay? And two, I'm here for reviewing and actually here for, looking through at all these kind of comments and views and, looking at firstly the momentum shift and the social trends that's actually happening in the community, because last time this kind of social trends were not significant enough to overshadow, a lot of other things. But right now, this kind of social trends, it's also good to take a look at it once in a while and stay up to date to, what are the retail investors thinking, just like how you keep to date, to what analysts are thinking, what's their price target. It is the same. So we have to look at both sides and have a very comprehensive view of the market. Times are changing, we have to change as well. But mostly, I'm here really for the entertainment and also looking through, some information, and some of the information right there, right, on these kind of posts. You may think it's all like kind of bullshit, all the meme posts like stonks, diamond hands to the moon and all this kind of stuff, right? But actually, there are people there who actually do a lot of their due diligence. And if you can sift out all the bullshit, right, you can actually learn a lot of things from people there that actually provide some pretty good and solid viewpoints there. But you must not be caught in the FOMO. And that's what I'm here for when I'm reacting. Okay, I'll give you a very unbiased view of how I think about what kind of this kind of people think, and what's the kind that you should be ignoring, what you should be not chasing, and what you should be actually taking into account when looking into this kind of post. And yeah, I know this is not my normal content. Okay, so if you want to stick back to my swing trading content and everything, okay, you can skip this video. It's fine. Okay, but if you want to follow me on with this kind of meme journey, which I'm gonna take a look at and de-stress in the middle of the night right here, and feel free to watch on. Okay, so right now, right, the topic I'm going to talk about today is actually this post that I saw on Reddit, which is actually the biggest short squeeze. They say the next short squeeze or the next GME squeeze that's actually coming up. Okay, which is firstly SLV or silver. Okay, and if you want to look at it closely, right, let me just zoom in a little bit more. Okay, silver, okay, the epitome of Wall Street manipulation and its Achilles heel, why the AG short squeeze is very possible. Okay, firstly, what AG is. AG is this company right here. Okay, let me just take a look over here. Yes, AG is First Majestic Silver Corporation. Okay, this is a company which is a pure play on silver, which is they own the physical assets of silver. And okay, you can see before hours right now, okay, it's actually really popping up to $24. Okay, and I'll come back to the money and the charts and the technicals later, but right now I'm gonna go back to the Reddit post itself. But AG basically is a pure silver play. Okay, and right now, okay, this Reddit interest guy, right? Okay, credits to this guy. Okay, I take no credit about what this guy is saying. Okay, but I'm taking a look at what he's saying. Okay, so firstly, he says that it's very possible. Okay, firstly, they said the bull case for this is naturally occurring, and availability or quantity of gold to silver has a ratio of 1:8, yet the price ratio is 1:70, and this ratio could drop massively, okay, increasing the silver price. And silver is significantly higher than AU, and most of the historical AG mines were nearer to the surface of the earth, and those were depleted today. Okay, so you see, right, all this kind of stuff. Okay, what you want to take notice of, right? Since it's a huge long post, right? He posts there's like up to 12 points, okay, 11 to 12 points, right? So what you want to do when you read this kind of posts, since there's many posts, right? How I do is I sift through all the bullshit. So I will look at the main topic sentence, okay, which is naturally occurring 1:70. Okay, then I think about this myself, because all of these other things that he's stating right here is in a sense to support this thesis statement right here. Okay, so I'm thinking, available quantity of gold to silver as a ratio to 1:8, price to ratio is 1:70. Okay, in a sense, this is a valid point. Okay, I say it's a valid point that if the quantity does not match the price, right? The basic economics, demand and supply, you actually push it higher. But however, I want to give my take on this is basically, if unless there's a real catalyst that's coming through, right? What is low could stay low for years and years and years and years. Okay, and what is high could stay high for very high. Okay, high can go higher, low can go lower. Okay, although you can see that there's this disparity in the actual quantity and the actual price ratio, right? There is still this big gap that's between there, right? And if there's no catalyst that's coming through, it could stay that way like for many years. So in a sense, this is a interesting topic sentence, but not necessarily true. But with all the hype that's been going into GME these days, and as I said, these retail investors have now actually a power to actually move a bit of, I won't say move huge market caps, but small market caps like AG, very possible. And in a sense, that could serve as a potential catalyst, and this would actually, have a potential to jack up, the price back to its original ratios. So first point, you get my point, okay? Yes and no. Okay, green. Okay, second point, green and other futures technologies. Okay, this will require a lot of silver for efficiency purposes, and is the absolute best element to conduct electricity and other unique properties that no other element can substitute. Okay, firstly, when I look at this statement, right, I'm like, okay, green and other future technologies require a lot of silver for efficiency purposes. It's the absolute best element to conduct electricity. Then okay, when I look at this kind of like absolute statements, like it's absolute best. Okay, then I'll be like, is it actually true? You know what I mean? Like this kind of stuff, you have to fact check them. So okay, I actually like looked through this before. So I actually typed in Google, okay, best element to conduct electricity. Okay, so for me, right, I in a sense, my best suit is risk management. Okay, and I was a former financial advisor, but I know nothing. Okay, nothing about like silver and stuff. So honestly, all this kind of information, you can Google it as well. Okay, I'm not going to pretend that I'm the expert on silver or something. I'm not. Okay, but I'm going to Google and do my due diligence. Okay, so I'm going to fact check him. Okay, I'm checking him best conductor of electricity. Okay, choosing the right metals. Okay, silver, best conductor of electricity is pure silver. Is one of the most commonly used. Okay, copper, one of the most commonly used. Okay, so in a sense, silver is actually true. It is actually one of the best conductor to conduct electricity. Okay, but we want to think back into the concept of first principles, or what does it mean by, why do now people not actually use silver in the first place? Okay, maybe silver is more expensive. Okay, silver is probably more expensive than copper. That's why people are actually using more of copper than actually silver, because it is more expensive. So in a sense, although silver is a best, he mentioned here, right, is the best substitute, best way to conduct electricity, and no other element can substitute, right? And yes, correct. So although that's true, but I can still see that, unless that kind of technology or certain technology, maybe the battery technology, the EV battery technology, they absolutely require silver, right? Specifically as an element, right? I don't think this point is super valid because there's always cheaper elements that can still do the job that is not silver, if you get what I'm saying. So yes, so that is my takeaway on this. And silver, okay, third point, let's go on to the third point. Okay, the silver is still 50 down % from its all-time highs 10 years ago. And quantity of silver mined is far lower and even decreasing. And the increasing in inflation, silver is a good hedge for both inflation and deflation, historically speaking. Okay, silver is still down, 50% down from its all-time highs. Okay, this, I'm looking at its max, okay? I'm clicking on its max. So 50% is all-time highs, right? Okay, all-time highs was around $25. Right now, pre-market, okay, before hours, around $25. Okay, I guess this statement is not true anymore. It's not true anymore. Okay, we were late to the party. Okay, so disclaimer right here again. Okay, so this is, again, when I review this Reddit post, this is not my normal post, okay? And this is definitely not recommendations. And honestly, most of the time when you look at this kind of post on Wall Street Bets, right? Most of the time you're already too late to the party. Okay, it's already ran up massively, and people who are there promoting these kind of companies and everything, in a sense, probably they already have built a position in there. And in a sense, they have a little bit incentive, a small incentive to promote this kind of their companies, because the first movers always gets the most profits. Okay, the people who gets in the last have high chance of getting reversed. Okay, and later I'll go into the technicals a little bit later. But yes, I guess not anymore. But it's another good point that they have pointed out. Silver is a good hedge against both inflation and deflation. Okay, I guess commodities are all very good hedge against inflation and whatnot, right? So right now, what we're going to look at, right, is actually, is there any other alternatives? Okay, so alternatives I can think of is, Bitcoin. Bitcoin is one of them. Gold is one of them. Okay, so in a sense, there's actually a lot of other alternatives. And I can see the biggest competitor to being against this statement itself, right, is actually Bitcoin. So would people actually choose Bitcoin or silver as a, how do I put it, as an alternative to fiat money? Which one would they choose, for the longer term, next 50 years, to have a stored value or a place to store their cash without being eroded? Comment down in the sections below, Bitcoin or silver, which side are you on? Okay, so this third point, okay, definitely have a lot of competitors, okay, I'm not super bullish on what he's saying, okay, because there's a lot of other things that can be used, especially Bitcoin can be used to hedge inflation. Okay, and yeah, fourth point, historical justice. It has been artificially kept down for 100 years, first by US government, and afterwards it's confirmed by WikiLeaks. Okay, the US London bankers took over this role by pushing down the creation of precious metals at COMEX so that the banks could artificially keep the price down. Unlike the fund stock is fundamentally undervalued. Okay, so basically what is it saying, right? Okay, so it's just saying that this entire silver price has been super manipulated as okay, and yeah, and basically it's very fundamentally undervalued because it has been manipulated like crazy. Okay, maybe all the shortest stocks out there, and silver, I think AG right now has a short flow of like 20-30% if I'm not wrong, for my top of my head. Okay, and go fact check me. Okay, but right now, right, let's take a look at this. Okay, we are looking at this. It's fundamentally undervalued because it's been manipulated. So in a sense, what I can take away from this is be very careful about these companies. Okay, especially because, as I said, it's now a battle, between the retail investors and the hedge funds. And it's like it's a tug of war. It's like, oh no, who's gonna win? Okay, and if you end up, betting on the wrong side, right? Sometimes you might just get manipulated back again, and you might buy in at the highs and really buy high, sell low. Okay, then that's not the situation that you want to be. Okay, honestly, if you want to take it as a gamble, okay, this is I'm speaking as a side of it, investor and a trader, okay, but if you are here in it for the emotional aspect, or you want to support a cause, and you are willing to throw this money into the fire, right, to support this cause, right, it's like take it as a donation, right? Okay, then I mean just it's your money, okay, you do what you want, okay, but you have to be clear about gambling and trading or investing are two different things, okay, and now I guess the third one is supporting a cause is three different things. Okay, so you depends on, you have to know which one you're at, and once you know which place are you standing at, then I'll be more comforted, okay, that you know what you're doing, okay, and right here at the stock estate, everybody, we are very rational people and we know what we are doing. Okay? If we are gambling, we are gambling. If we are trading, we are trading, right? Okay, and let's go to the last few ones. Okay, the president silver squeeze has happened before. Okay, yes, let's take a look. Silver squeeze happened before. Yes, definitely has happened before. Okay, in the 2011 squeezed up massively. Okay, in the 2012 squeezed up massively, and again 2016 squeezed up massively and dumped again. Okay, so history has been set, right. Most of the time you will squeeze up very high, then you will dump again. So will it dump again this time? Maybe not. I have no idea. Okay, but historically, it has been shown that it has been dumped quite a few times. Okay, so yes. And yeah, okay, and in a sense, what this guy has been saying, right, did come true. Okay, I give him props for that. Okay, it did squeeze up. Okay, this area at $9, $10, right? It squeezed up all the way already. Okay, all the way to around $25. Okay, so the squeeze has already happened. So what this guy has actually said, right, is true. And hats off to you, man, for predicting this. Okay, very good job. Okay, but okay, if you are watching this video right after I posted, which is what I'm looking at, or later than this, what's the video is posted, right? When's the video is posted? Most probably you'll be too late. The squeeze has already happened. Okay, so yeah, so that's it. Okay, six point, the retarded game of musical chairs. There's so much short interest. There's enormous divergence of paper, silver being traded on paper and actual silver. That GME is nothing compared to this. Okay, if every autistic retard here demands physical delivery and even staying stored in the vault, demand for the silver is not lent out. Short squeeze or short squeezes could be realized. True, I agree with this point. Okay, if there's a lot of short interest, then there's a lot of so much divergence. So if people actually are retarded enough to I don't really mean retarded, but if they actually can band together to demand all this kind of stuff, right? Yeah, the massive or gamma squeeze could actually happen. Okay, and yes, I guess the 7 points is also supporting the 6 point. Why there's not enough silver? Okay, so if there's not enough silver, they will be legally obligated to pay the price of the silver at the moment you exercise your option or contract. and they'll have to pay you the gains you made plus a premium to buy you out, from actually demanding the actual silver. Okay, valid point about this. Okay, and last 8 point, right? Backwardation and shadow contracts. Okay, this is actually a point about spot prices and everything. Okay, I'm not super, an expert on this. So in a sense, I couldn't really give much of how do I put it? Opinion on this, so I will skip this point. Okay, but if you really wish to take a look at this, you can pause the video at this timing and just take a look at what he's saying. Okay, and yeah, 9 point, can't issue more silver. Okay, it is a extremely safe store of value. Electronic means depend on electricity. Silver starts to the moon. States, authoritarian states will scramble to get a strategic supply and thus feed us many attendees. Okay, I really love that language. The language is so funny. I love it. Diamond hands to the moon. Okay, but yes, but basically, right, it's a matching hedge against the unavoidable inflation necessary to monetize global debt, and physical ownership deters paper hands. Okay, interesting. So I guess this one, 9 point, supports the previous one. It's a hedge to inflation and everything. So my opinion, you already know about that. So other alternatives as well. And 10 point is alpha JPM has our backs. Okay, and I actually read a few articles on this, and it's actually true. So they said that they right now, right, they have a lot of criminal lawsuits, and they're looking into hedge funds actually manipulating silver prices. So if they actually release their short positions, they could actually jack the price up massively. Okay, and yeah, the shorts have been taken over by smaller Melvin-like institutions, and these already showed that they are way worse at manipulating, and eventually JPM will ride the waves with the plebeians, which is the retail investors, and their worth of own physical assets will grow multiples. Retards will wipe the alpha to fuck the beta. Okay, interesting. Okay, and yeah, 11 point is more of a technical case, but technical case, let me just share a little bit with you right now. Okay, so right now, right, market is actually open. Okay, if you look at this, the market, I was actually right on market open. Okay, and if you're wondering like why am I not even trading, like looking at the markets right now, because the first 1.5 hours is the most volatile. It's more for the day traders. Okay, and for us swing traders, right, we most of the time I will actually wait 1.5 hours until everything settles down to actually have a better gauge of what the day's price is actually at. And actually I'll actually release a video of when to buy and sell stocks, judging on like which days of the week is the best to buy and sell, and as well as intraday, which are the times are best to buy and sell if you are a swing trader, and what kind of trades do you have to make, and what are the best times, to do those trades. And that'll be another video for another day, and do comment, like, and subscribe, if you really like this kind of content. Okay, and yeah, so technicals wise, okay, I like to tell you that, okay, you can already see, right, again, this will be quite historical, because you can see that people who buy at the start, right, it's already start squeezing down already. Okay, it's been started dumping a little bit. Okay, at the highs, people over here bought the highs to $20, started dumping a little bit already. So you can see it's facing very, very strong resistance at the $23 line. Okay, around this area. This area here is very, very strong resistance level. And yeah, so basically, okay, if you are looking at this later than this right now, right, there's so much room for the downside over here because it's hitting a resistance. And although it's showing strong momentum rising above all the moving averages, right, if you really, really want to play this, right, okay, honestly, I would again, as I always say, right, wait for a pullback. Okay, let me just get out my doodle. Okay, wait for a nice little decrease and a pullback. Okay, just like what happened over here. Nice little decrease and a pullback. But here, after it pulled back, right, okay, it actually consolidated. It formed a wedge over here. Okay, let's just clear my drawings, right? Okay, actually, I go a little bit closer to this area over here. Okay, you can see that after it consolidated, right, it has a nice little wedge over here. Okay, and actually, where will I actually enter the trade if it's based on last time, right, previous times, right? Okay, I would do it when the 100 moving average was actually supporting this area. Okay, so it can I break to the upside or break to the lower side over here? But however, what happened in history was it broke to the lower side, and probably I would have exited my trade. Okay, and yeah, so this is what I would actually do lah. That's what my way of how I'm doing things, because I'm a risk managed trader. I like to manage my risk. I don't like to go in this kind of YOLO place, and I especially hate chasing into parabolic highs, because people who chase your chances of your risk is so much more than your reward, and those people who are the early adopters are the ones that are benefiting the most, and we want to be the people who gets in before it actually takes off. And that's what I'm going to do. Okay, and yeah, so basically this is a very rough guide of what's going to happen. And also you can see this two yellow bands, this yellow bands over here, right? This yellow color area. This is actually a 2 standard deviation Bollinger Band. That means what does it mean simply is the stock most of the time will trade within this actually Bollinger Band, and whenever it pops up too much, right, most of the time it will actually reverse down very quickly. So yeah, right now it's super jacked up, and yeah, definitely I'll be waiting for a pullback if I really even want to get into this stock itself. But yeah, it's been pretty fun, reviewing, how do I put it, like, this kind of Reddit post or Wall Street Bets post, right? So if you really like this kind of content, smash the like button, okay, subscribe to this channel, okay, for not just for this kind of entertainment stuff, because I do tutorials about how to do swing trades, as well as, I gave my top 3 weekly swing trade stocks for the week. And yeah, that's it for today's video, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video very much. And happy trading, everyone. Stock is stayed up.